Hey everyone, I'm Instructor Ian from Tao Peace Martial Arts, and today we're exploring stretches for the lower body. I hope you're all warmed up from the first video in this series and are ready for the commitment required to take your kicks to new levels of power and height. The stretching regime in this video is best done once per day for about 30 to 60 seconds per stretch. Hopefully over time you might notice an increase in your kicking power, yeah, that's right, and even in your kicking height. While both are beneficial in martial arts, the most important aspect is preventing muscle pulls or tears. Having decent flexibility allows your muscles to handle strenuous activity without the threat of injury. Oh God. Oh my God, that hurt. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, I should have warmed up more. Oh my God. Okay. I'm gonna walk this off. Just come over here and I'll show you the stretches. Oh God. Okay, before we go into our actual stretching regime, I want to talk to you first about how to hold a proper stretch. Sometimes our ego gets the best of us, and we want results and we want them fast. So we hit the timer and we just crank our stretch. We go as low as we can, and our muscles might not be able to handle it. So they're tight, they're screaming, we're looking at the clock to hope that the timer is going down faster than it actually is. It isn't. It hurts, and it's a battle of wills at that point. And if that's how you stretch, you're doing it wrong. You want to feel mild discomfort rather than complete agony. Remember, your muscles are being stretched. You might stretch them too much and hurt yourself and set your flexibility back even farther. So do yourself a favor and tone it down if you feel like it's too hard. All right, let's start with our calves. With hands and feet on the ground, push your butt back over your feet with straight arms and legs. Feel free to put one foot over top of the other ankle to concentrate the stretch to one leg at a time. Just don't forget to switch sides. Alternatively, you can also get a great calf stretch just using a wall. Put the heel of your foot on the ground and place the ball of your foot against the wall itself. Keeping your leg locked out, bring your hips and chest as close to the wall as possible and hold that position. Feels great. Alright, the quadriceps want to go on the stretch train. Let's stamp their ticket and take them to town. So laying down on one side, grab the ankle of the leg in the air and pin it to your butt. Keeping your knee close to the grounded leg, push your hip outward until you feel an adequate stretch. This might take some noodling around. You might have to lift up or push back on your knee as you push out with your hip, but once you have that stretch, you're good as gold. Here's a more intense variation. Put your knee right up against the back of a couch so that your shin and your foot are going on the backrest. From there, put your other foot onto the seat part of the couch and now lean back. The closer your back is against your foot, the more intense it's going to be. Hamstrings, your time has come. This is a two-part stretch involving one leg tucked in while the other one is locked out. The first stretch involves plantar flexing your outstretched foot, breathing in and slowly reaching out and grabbing the foot or ankle while exhaling. The goal is to bring your chest, not your head, as close to your leg as possible. Afterwards, come back up and dorsiflex the outstretched foot. Breathe in again and exhale as you bend forward, only this time, have your same side arm grab the side of your foot while the opposite hand reaches over top and grabs the toes. Turn your chest sideways and look through your armpit for a bonus stretch for your latissimus dorsi and lower back. Talk about efficiency. All right, the hip flexors are going to enter the spotlight now with a couple of stretches. Just to give you a heads up, hips are extremely important to stretch. If you have tight hips, you're going to see lots of pain in places like, say, the lower back, or even it's the ground zero for potential knee injuries. So whether or not you do martial arts, keep your hips happy and healthy. So the stretch I'm doing right now is called a 90-90 stretch. I have one knee in front of me bent at 90 degrees, and the other knee is bent once again at 90 to the side. From here, I'm trying to keep my hips squared up facing my front leg, and then I'm bringing my chest down and just focusing on my breathing as I lay in front of, not necessarily my knee, but my shin. And try and get as low as you can comfortably. All right, let's take that 90-90 stretch and give it some steroids. Not that you should be doing steroids or anything. But anyways, okay, so this is called a pigeon stretch or a king pigeon stretch, whatever it is. And the goal is you're going to have your front knee in front of you bending at 90 degrees like before. But this time your back leg is going to be straight behind you. Your hips are squared up, facing that front leg, and your chest is remaining upright. Don't lean forward. But it's really important, I can't stress this enough, keep that 90-degree bend on your front knee. Don't bring your foot to your back leg like some people do. As you can see, I can't touch my one knee to the ground. That's okay. Maintain that 90-degree bend, okay? Awesome. Next up is a front lunge stretch. So you have your front foot on the ground, your back knee on the ground, and you're trying to lean forward with your hip while your back is leaning as far back as possible. You're trying to open up your back hip as you do this. So if you're not feeling it, you can bring your hands up into a freaky deaky yoga pose like I'm doing here and really try and open up that back hip as much as possible. It is now time to do an exercise in vulnerability as we assume the frog position. So resting on your forearms and your knees, you're going to try and swing your feet out as far as you can. You really want to bring out that inner frog in you. From there, you're going to push with your forearms and lean your whole body back as much as you can. If you can, try and bring your forearms lower down and really get a good push. The goal is to try and have your hips as low to the ground as possible. So if you can bring your knees out further, go for it. Now, if you want to take this to the next level, you can go into diamond frog, where you bring your feet together and without lifting them off the ground, trying to touch your whole foot against the ground, you're then going to collapse your hips and your chest onto the mat and just, lay down, breathe, and take stock of your life. It's time for some splits training, guys. Get stoked. So from here, you're going to put your hands on the ground, feet on the ground, and toes up in the air. You're going to push out, keeping your legs locked out straight. And you're trying to go as low as you can comfortably to the ground. From there, after about 60 seconds of middle splits, you're going to lean forward, disengage your hips, and turn them to one side. From there, you're going to work on your front splits on one leg. Try and keep that front leg straight. You can bend your back knee and put it on the ground. After about another minute, disengage, turn to the other side, and focus on the front splits on the other side. It doesn't really matter if your toes are pointed up or to the side or forward. It's all good. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, go for that. So after you do that, you're then going to go back to the middle splits and see if you can go a little bit lower. If you can, instead of going onto your hands, go onto your elbows. See if you can do that. If you can't, no worries. Just take it easy, and from there, focus on your breathing. Now you're going to go back onto your hands, and you're going to slowly lower yourself back down. Now you're going to hold the straddle position, so it's like the splits, but your feet aren't on the ground. Make sure your back stays straight. Okay, hold that for a little bit. While you hold it, maybe you can grab one side, grab one leg, bring your chest down, kind of like the hamstring stretch we did before, but now in straddle. You can come back and do the other side, go from there, and then after that, you're going to bring your hands back to center. And from there, you're going to work on something called a pancake ballistic stretch. So you're going to slide your hands forward, keeping your back straight, and you're just going to lean forward and quickly lean back. And it's just a quick slide. Do it about 10 or so times. But at the very last one, you're then going to try and hold it out as long as you can, making sure that your back stays straight, your toes point upwards. Okay? Should feel really good. Hold that for about a minute. Come on back. Bring your hands behind you and get ready for the best part, where you bring your feet in and give a gasp of relief, because now you're done a lot of your training. If you want to take your flexibility to the next level, you might want to consider doing long hold stretching after your initial stretching regime. That's when you're holding a splits position for about 10 to 30 minutes. That's where a machine like this comes in handy, where it's a splits machine where it does the work for you and you just have to sit back, relax, and read a book or watch TV. If you don't have one or you don't want one, that's okay too. You can use the wall. So bring your butt up against the wall as close as you can, and then have your feet go nice and far apart and just relax. Well, there you have it, guys. I hope you find that stretching regime is going to serve you well. Just remember, if you do it every day, that's when you see the most benefits, and hopefully you won't get injured and you don't need something like this. Get that out of the way, and your kicking will be nice and powerful. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Have a great one. I'll see you next time. Namaste.